Invisible Woman was just added to Marvel Rivals. She's still fresh to everyone, so here's 3 things you could be doing wrong and how you can fix it. Number 1, you're using her ult all wrong. Invisible Woman's ult creates the giant cylinder that slows enemies and keeps your teammates hidden from the enemy team while they're inside of it. But what a lot of people don't really understand is that it does a massive amount of healing, like able to out-heal a lot of enemy ult type of healing. So many players sit on this ult thinking it needs to be like a really strategic placement because of the invisibility aspect. And don't get me wrong, there's a time for that. But boys, do not be afraid to just drop that thing. If all the boys are yelling for healing, drop it. They'll have to find another excuse for why they can't get any knockouts. Number 2, you're not using her shield ability enough. Her shield ability lets her throw that bubble shield in front of any ally that blocks damage, heals that ally, and slows enemies who try to get around it. A mistake that I've seen a lot of people making, and one that I'm making myself, is that players aren't throwing it out nearly enough. The cooldown is almost non-existent when it still has some charge, and it's not just blocking damage. It's slowing enemies and doing healing of nearby allies like I said. So throwing the shield around to the busiest part of the battle is usually going to help you out without you really having to think about it a whole lot. If your bubble shield has charge, you need to have it out on some ally and move it to where the most chaos seems to be ensuing. And one more thing about the shield. A lot of people don't realize that it will face the direction that your ally is facing, not the direction you're facing. So you don't need to stand directly behind them to position the shield correctly. If they don't have good map position, that's on them, my boy. And finally, number 3, you're not controlling your spacing. Now, I'm no pro, but I do know that Invisible Woman's whole kit revolves around her being able to control distance between herself and the enemy team. Most players know when they need to back out of a fight, and when their team's getting low, they'll force push the enemies away, double jump to go invisible, and wait to regroup, which is great. Staying alive is always a great thing. But when the team is doing a really good job of staying alive because you're such a great healer, you want to bring the fight to you. So dropping your damage vortex and then pulling the enemies into it and your teammates is going to prevent them from trying to retreat and regroup. Don't be afraid to pull the fight to you, or run away for that matter. You just have to be aware of your teammates' map positioning and health to really take full advantage of Invisible Woman's kit. She's truly a great addition to the roster, much better than her husband, and hopefully she's someone you're going to enjoy playing. That's all I have for you guys right now, really just some beginner tips. Thank you so much for checking it out. Drop a sub for more Marvel Rivals content, and have a great day.